Hey, what's going on everyone? Josh Quinones here, and today's video is all about the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. So I've had this phone for about a month and a half now, so I think it's finally time to give you guys my full review on this phone and let you guys know what I actually think about it. Now, this review is going to be based purely off of my own usage and experience with this phone because, I mean, we could talk specs all day long for pretty much any device out there, but that doesn't mean that that specific device is going to be able to handle everything that you throw it at, which is why, in my opinion, I think user experience is very important when trying to find the right phone. Basically, you want to know if the phone looks good and appealing to you, and if everything on the phone works good or not, and if it's actually worth it for what they are selling it for. So let's go ahead and get started. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, there is no hiding that this is a massive device. It's got some weight to it, and it's even bigger than the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, which is crazy because the Note lineup is what's known for being the bigger phone, not the S lineup. But even though being a bigger phone, it still feels good in the hand, and the weight just helps it feel more premium. Now, if there's one thing that did take some getting used to, it is that monster camera hump in the back. I mean, it's big, it's there, and there ain't no hiding it, unless of course you throw a case on. But after getting used to it, I think the phone actually looks really nice, especially that big, beautiful 6.9-inch display. It gets super bright, colors just pop and are nice and vibrant, and I like that Samsung actually went with a smaller curve on the edges this time around, making the display a little more flat. It just makes using it that much easier. Watching videos is really nice as well because of the big display, and the hole punch camera cutout doesn't get in the way either. And I gotta say, the speakers actually get pretty loud. Here's a little sample. Okay, now I gotta be honest here. I am still undecided on where to permanently keep my refresh rate setting because yes, we do get that 120 Hz refresh rate now, but only if we keep the screen resolution at 1080p. Now, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the 120 Hz refresh rate because it makes everything on this phone feel so buttery smooth, and I mean like super smooth, but the only problem is I can't watch any content at the highest resolution anymore. I'm stuck at 1080p, which is why I sometimes switch back to 60 Hz, so I can be able to keep the display at the highest resolution. And I know some people say it's hard to go back to 60 Hz once you've already used 120 Hz, and I mean, it's not, at least not for me. It's still just as fast, just as snappy. It's just not as smooth, if that makes any sense. I just wish that Samsung would send out an update that will allow us to have the best of both worlds. You know, be able to keep the display at the highest resolution while using 120 Hz. But I don't know, that might just be wishful thinking. I know it's probably a battery thing because 120 Hz does use up more battery. And speaking of battery, I am actually super impressed with the battery life that I get out of this device. Whether I have the display set at 120 Hz or 60 Hz, I am making it through my entire day without any worries of this phone dying on me. Now, of course, the battery lasts me even longer when set at 60 Hz, where a lot of times I won't even have to charge it until the next day. So I am definitely impressed, and I've actually done an all-day battery drain test video, so if you want to check that out, I'll link that down in the description below. This phone also supports super fast charging, which works great. Just using the 25-watt fast charger in the box is more than enough. And then of course we still have reverse wireless charging, which can definitely come in handy if you're out and you need to charge things like your earbuds, smartwatch, or even another phone. It's just always something great to have. But this phone is a beast, not just when it comes to battery life, but the performance as well. Now, this is the 128GB model with 12GB of RAM, and like I mentioned earlier, it is just super snappy, super smooth, especially with 120 Hz on. Even the in-display fingerprint sensor has been working great for me, and I have a screen protector on as well. It's not the fastest, but it is fast enough. I don't experience any lag whether I'm scrolling from screen to screen, going in and out of apps, scrolling through YouTube or Twitter. multiplayer or even playing games, especially heavy games like Call of Duty, PUBG, or Fortnite. It handles them like a champ. Now, one thing I really love is that this device can handle 4K editing no problem. And for me, that is very important because I edit all of my videos on my smartphone, and this video you guys are watching right now was actually edited on this device, so I am very happy with overall performance. Now, moving on to the cameras, there has been a lot of unhappy people with the cameras on this device from day one, and it's not because the cameras are bad, because they're not bad at all, but it's more because of an autofocus issue that these cameras have had, which I personally have experienced as well. And I think one of the big reasons for this is because Samsung didn't use the dual pixel autofocus this time around like they did with the S10 series and even the new S20 and S20 Plus. So I don't really see why they couldn't have just included that in the S20 Ultra as well. Now, they have sent out a couple of updates already to help fix the issue and improve camera quality, and it has definitely helped. I have noticed an improvement, and I even made a video showing how the cameras have improved with one of the previous updates, but it's not perfect yet. I still experience those autofocus issues here and there, but it is definitely not as bad as before. I am able to capture some great shots, whether I'm using the selfie lens, the main lens, the ultra wide lens, or the telephoto lens, even the 108 megapixel camera. Honestly, I do enjoy using these cameras because when it gets it right, I mean, it gets it right. Pictures come out great, and I am very surprised how well pictures come out when using the 10 times zoom as well. Even 30 times zoom pics come out decent, but when you start going a little beyond that, things start to get a bit fuzzy, especially when using the 100 times zoom. Now, even though 100 times zoom pics don't come out the best, I still think it's pretty cool that they were actually able to put something like this in a smartphone, and it only means that it can get better from here. This is just the start to something great when it comes to cameras on a smartphone. Then moving to night mode photos, in my opinion, I think night shots come out great. They do tend to be a bit sharp at times, but overall, I think they come out nice with the picture being brightened up just right, even when taking pictures in a really dark setting, at least with my experience. Now, I do recommend using a tripod whenever possible or leaning your phone against something to get the best night shot, because sometimes it can take up to about 30 seconds to take a photo, and it is not easy staying super still if you're holding the phone the whole time. When it comes to video, videos come out good as well. I like how 4K 60 frames per second now supports video stabilization, and we also get 4K 60 frames per second video recording with the selfie camera as well. And I actually have a full video on this showing tons of samples, even with some night video as well. So I'll link that video down in the description in case you want to check that out. Now, we also have 8K video recording, which honestly I never use. I have no need to at the moment because I don't own any 8K monitors, so I can't even tell how well the quality is. But if you'd like me to make a video anyways on it showing a sample, just let me know down in the comments. But I'm sure Samsung will be sending out more updates to improve these cameras even more. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But overall, honestly, I have enjoyed using this phone very much. It performs like a boss. I love how I don't have to worry about battery life because I can make it through the entire day easily. Now, do I think it's worth paying $1,400 for? Honestly, I think the price is just a little too high. Now, if you have a good trade-in deal, then yes, go for it. But you can get a Galaxy S10 Plus, which is still a great phone for a really good price. Even a Note 10 Plus, which is a beast and offers more features than the Galaxy S20 Ultra. But that's a whole nother video, so stay tuned for that comparison. But if you're someone like me who likes having the latest and greatest, then by all means, go for it. The S20 Ultra is a great device. It's really just the cameras that still need a little work. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. And if you already have this phone for yourself, how is it treating you? If you liked this video and found it helpful, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. Thank you guys so very much for watching. This is Josh Quinones, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.